Looks like the Xbox is Xbox is looking to go third party if multiple insider sources are to be believed, meaning that several first party titles will be hitting the PS5, Nintendo Switch 2, and even PC. Okay, well, no, I guess they're already on PC, but you know what I mean.
This information comes to us from a post on NeoGAF by Insider Sneakers SL. While usually we don't like to talk about rumors, this rumor has some substance as Windows Central's Jez Corden has gone on record to say that there's no smoke without fire. So in the end, maybe Sony didn't need to bitch so hard after all.
Welcome to Necro News, the show where we cover the hottest gaming news from the last week. If you have a story you'd like us to cover, join us in our Discord.
This week we'll be covering Valve killing 2 fan games, the case of the missing girl who got located through World of Warcraft, and more. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, subscribe to the channel and leave a like.
No, but seriously, Sony really didn't need to whine that much during the whole thing.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy this Sith, not join them!
I don't have it in me to do this, sorry. Sorry, Ellie, you're on your own for this one.
Anyway, in a surprise turn of events, Valve Software has shut down the project Portal 64. The project was an impressive remake of the entire first Portal game, made to work on Nintendo 64 consoles. You're really not doing the story with me?
No, I don't wanna.
Alright then. Anyway, James Lambert, the creator of the game, was in talks with Valve about the future of the project when they asked him to shut down the game. He stated in a Patreon post, "Because the project depends on Nintendo's proprietary libraries, they've asked me to take the project down." He then encouraged users to generate the latest ROM before he takes down the ROM patcher. And in more Valve news... Booster?
In other Valve news, Valve has also DMCA'd the popular Team Fortress 2 remake, Team Fortress Source 2, according to the remake developer Amper Software. This wasn't the driving force behind the discontinuation of the remake, but instead the final nail in the coffin, as the team had already agreed to halt production after they discussed major engine changes, which ended up resulting in unusable code. So this sucks, and I don't like what it could possibly mean for the future of Valve.
To be fair, fear of Nintendo was the main driving force behind shutting down Portal 64 for what it's worth. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine.
Okay, well, whatever. What do you guys think? Is this gonna be the beginning of the end for Valve? Will Gaben save us? Let us know.
In positive Blizzard news, a missing girl was recently found due to World of Warcraft. It's a bit of a deviation from our usual stories, but definitely fitting for Necro News.
Don't say it like that. That makes it sound morbid.
It can't be morbid because a girl was found.
Yeah, fair. Okay, fine. Whatever. Continue.
Anyway, 31-year-old Thomas Ebersol was arrested from his Florida residence, so of course it's Florida man, in relation to the disappearance of a 16-year-old girl from Ohio who went missing.
Authorities were able to find her location when she had logged into her World of Warcraft account, revealing that she had no taste in video games. Revealing that she was in Florida, on an IP belonging to Ebersol's residence.
One question, Ebersol admitted that he drove to Ohio to meet the victim and bring her back, and had planned to hide her and make her his wife. After which, he was promptly booked on charges of meeting a minor for sex, interfering with the custody of a minor, and sheltering an unmarried minor. Unmarried minor, okay. So yeah, yikes.
This is the most Ohio story we have ever covered.
Featuring Florida man.
Hi-Rez has announced Smite 2, and boy oh boy is it hitting the exact same beats as Overwatch 2 did.
In the FAQ for the game, they announced that they were making Smite 2 simply to upgrade the engine, models, and other aspects of the game. However, they also stated that Smite 2 should feel like the Smite you know and love, just strictly better.
And while this is fine and good, many players were wondering if their skins would be transferred over to the new game, to which Hi-Rez has stated, most Smite 1 content will not directly transfer to Smite 2, but Smite players will be rewarded for their time, money, and achievements through 2 new systems, Legacy Gems and Divine Legacy, which is exactly what Overwatch 2 did.
Their number one reason for not porting content is simply because it would take too much time. However, they did clarify that Smite 1 will stay up and running for the foreseeable future. So you know, there's no actual rush to play Smite 2, where you can't get any of your content that you spent all your money on to get, when the original game will be perfectly playable still.
Did Jeff Kaplan start working at Hi-Rez?
Actually, speaking of Jeff Kaplan, Blizzard went on to do another stupid thing with Overwatch 2, giving all DPS heroes and tanks a self-healing ability in order to, and I quote, take some of the pressure off support players to keep everyone alive since individual players now have more control of their own health pool.
What is even the f***ing point of Overwatch if it's not a team-based shooter?
Nobody knows.
What is even the point of support heroes at this point?
After the events of a certain Street Fighter tournament in which Chun-Li had a wardrobe malfunction, Capcom went on record to state that modding in games is morally reprehensible and cheating, single player or not.
It seems like Capcom means it too, as Capcom has started updating their old games such as Resident Evil Revelations, Street Fighter 6, and Ghost Trick of all things, with the Russian DRM, Eniga Protector.
The DRM is bad for many reasons. First, if the game is a Steam Deck verified game and is updated with this DRM, the game is no longer playable on the device, even if it's marketed as a Steam Deck verified game. Secondly, the DRM seems shady. As Twitter user PC Focus pointed out, the DRM itself gives 34 virus positives.
Luckily, our editor discovered that Eniga Protector was put in the Street Fighter 6 beta 2 years ago, and we've seen how that turned out. However, the DRM still causes performance issues, so we can only hope that Capcom decides to reverse their decision.
Thankfully, it's not a completely foundless hope, as when it was added to the Resident Evil Revelations game, many players screeched in the Steam discussion forums to the point that Capcom released this message stating that they have reverted the update and that it was a simple mistake.
And I hate to say it, but this isn't totally surprising, as Capcom has started shutting down YouTube channels that were showcasing mod usage only a few weeks ago.
Oh, good old Capcom. Twitch continues to be on the downtrend, it seems, as the company has announced that they will be cutting 35% of their workforce. That's around 500 employees. According to CEO Dan Clancy, the action is part of a plan to right-size the company.
TLDR, Twitch sucks and not even boobs could save them.
It was too little, too late.
Hello everyone, I'm the Skull. I do the editing here. I would like to briefly talk about the book Beyond Conviction from our sponsor, CJ Watson. If you're looking for a new sci-fi book to indulge in, see if the following catches your ear. On a cold space Australia planet, teeming with lethal wildlife, a farming family struggles to survive against the elements and killer beasts to protect their meager harvests. The only thing that stands between death and survival is heavily armed farming equipment. If this sounds cool, consider picking up a physical or digital copy of Beyond Conviction from Amazon and leaving a review. It's a great read from a first-time novelist, and it's welcome on my shelf. Thank you, CJ.
And here are the games coming out this week. PALWORLD. It's PALWORLD week. PALWORLD's coming out. You guys know how long I've been waiting for PALWORLD?
There's also The Last of Us Part 2. Part 2? And Another Code Recollection, which I'm moderately interested in. What are you guys looking forward to next week? PALWORLD? Are you guys interested in PALWORLD? Like Booster?
PALWORLD. Pokemon with guns. Let's go. No, actually, it's more like Pokemon with guns and also Rune Factory and also Harvest Moon. And also Rust. It's everything.
And here's our schedule for this week. Booster and I will attempt to play Monster Hunter Rise together, so yeah.
Should be fun. I don't know what kind of weapon she's gonna main.
I don't know. What weapons do you think I should use?
That's it for this week's Necro News. If you like what we do here and want to keep up to date, consider subscribing to the channel.
Huge thanks if you stuck with us this far, and a very special thank you to all our channel members. If you like our content and want to support us, consider joining.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. So until next time, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.